As I traversed the narrow alleyway, I beheld a group of ruffians mercilessly assaulting a young lad. At that moment, peculiar comments began to materialize before my eyes. Oh, how tragic. Our beloved Yandera's second male lead is suffering so terribly. Woe is me. Who will come to his aid? Ah, the heroine has arrived. Surely, she will come to the second male lead's rescue. Heroine? Is that referring to me? With a swift turn, I stepped into the alley. The comments erupted in a flurry. Who is this woman? I've never seen her before. What is she planning to do? What is happening? Wasn't I summoned as the leading lady's darling to assist the brooding second male lead? Am I not the heroine? As I turned around, I beheld a stunning young woman approaching. The barrage of comments erupted anew. Heroine darling, come quickly. Your brooding second male lead is about to be taken away. I felt a surge of anger. If I am not the heroine, then what am I? I cast my gaze upon the battered and bruised youth. Since I am already here, I might as well abduct the brooding second male lead and leave. Once I have him, perhaps I will finally discover my identity. Stop! I shouted at the group of thugs. Who is this woman? How dare she confront those thugs head-on? Doesn't she know to call the police? Just a random passerby. She will surely be scared off by those thugs, and then our heroine can arrive. But our heroine darling has already left without witnessing the situation, came the replies. Upon hearing my voice, the thugs displayed lewd grins. Little girl, what are you planning? A hero saving a damsel in distress? TSK, not bad looking, come play with us. They approached me, their intentions clear. Incredible, this woman is audacious beyond belief. Why isn't she running away? I can't take it anymore. My disdain for stupidity is flaring up. Just as I saw their wicked hands reaching for me, I seized one thug's wrist and forcefully twisted it upward, following up with a graceful shoulder throw, planting my foot firmly on his face while beckoning the other thugs with a flick of my fingers. Are you coming one by one? Or shall we engage all at once? Damn, how cool. Wow, I retract my earlier statement. The thugs hesitated, and as they caught sight of a group of bodyguards approaching from the alley, they stammered, repeatedly declaring their errors. With a dismissive click of my tongue, I removed my foot and they fled, dragging along their fallen companion. Wait, what kind of strength does this woman possess? Could those bodyguards be here to protect her? The bodyguards halted beside me, and I pointed at the handsome youth lying bloodied on the ground, his eyes glistening with tears, instructing them, take him to my car. Yes. Mississippi Miss? Who on earth is she? How have I never encountered her in the book before? 2. Who am I? My name is Jiang Lanin, an avid reader with a penchant for brooding novels. Today, I discovered that my world is, in fact, a book, and I seem to be a mere background character. Unwilling to accept this fate, I decided to abduct the brooding second male lead. As the adage goes, proximity to the protagonist allows one to bask in their aura. Furthermore, as an aficionado of brooding characters, I yearn to experience the sensation of being cherished by one. After all, isn't he the second male lead? The second male lead is typically shared among all, and I am one among many. The comments continue to swirl. What does this background character plan to do with our Song-chi? As a fan of the heroine and second male lead pairing, I am utterly devastated. That initial encounter was so perfect. But the heroine is already paired with the male lead. Had it not been for the second male lead's later actions, the leads would have been together long ago. Haha, the male lead belongs to the heroine. So the second male lead is mine for now. Gazing at the weakened profile of the handsome youth, I wore a slightly deranged smile. A brooding character, such a rarity that one only finds in fiction. What could I do to make him develop feelings for me and awaken his brooding tendencies? Song-chi appeared uncomfortable under my scrutiny, his ears tinged with crimson. After I had taken him to the clinic to tend to his wounds, he looked up at me with those glistening eyes and expressed his gratitude. Thank you, I will repay you for the medical expenses. Indeed, he was quite appealing. With a pleasant voice, though he did not quite embody the brooding character stereotype. However, that was of little consequence. I could take my time. No need to thank me. Why did they attack you? Song-chi furrowed his brow, remaining silent for several seconds before hoarsely replying, I don't know. Oh, poor Song-chi. The truth is that those thugs often rob him, and they just stole his scholarship. He is in such dire straits, his family is impoverished, and his foster mother is ill. Then why doesn't he speak the truth? Perhaps he fears that this woman will think he is weak. Weak? Absolutely not. A brooding character cannot perceive themselves as weak, For do they not always consider themselves extraordinary? In truth, I witnessed them robbing you. Upon hearing my words, Song-chi's gaze darted away, his lips pressed tightly together, and his ears turned even redder. But I didn't help you retrieve it, do you know why? I snatched his cracked phone from him. Because I can offer you so much more. I had seen nothing, but how could a brooding character lack funds? Brooding characters are always affluent. Thus, I transferred him some money. Did I see that correctly? She transferred 100,000. What kind of power does this woman possess? Sister. Look at me. I am also broke. Song-chi was momentarily stunned by the sum. I don't want your money. I restrained his hand as he attempted to return the transfer. How virtuous, but not very brooding. At this point, let's not be high-minded. Your clothes appear to have been worn for years, faded from washing, and perhaps a tad small. And your shoes, with heels unevenly worn, if I am not mistaken. Your family circumstances are challenging, and you are in dire need of funds. Song-chi hung his head, clutching his phone tightly, remaining silent. The comments began anew. Isn't she being a bit harsh? Yet she is not wrong. His foster mother cannot afford her medical bills, yet he acts so high and mighty. Shut up. We know you despise our second male lead. Of course, this money is not a gift. You must come home with me and follow my arrangements. 3. Hehehe. I mean no harm. I simply wish to cultivate a bond with him. All right. After a moment of silence, he acquiesced. It seems my words have struck a chord within him. I bought Song-chi several outfits and brought him home. Heavens. This woman lives in a villa and has a housekeeper and butler. This villa must be at least 500 square meters. She is so wealthy. The flattery from the comments was delightful. Just being modest, I have even larger properties. Song-chi stood awkwardly at my doorstep, and I pulled him inside, entrusting him to the housekeeper. Help him tidy up. When Song-chi emerged, clad in fresh, casual attire, he stood quietly before me, looking rather obedient. Not bad at all. As expected of the second male lead, he is undeniably handsome. Yet he still has a ways to go before embodying the brooding character. How does one induce brooding tendencies? I am Jiang Lanin. From now on, you shall be my personal bodyguard. I will provide you with a fixed monthly sum. Your duties are to care for me. Accompany me, and keep me entertained, ready to respond to my summons at any time. As I spoke, I extended my hand toward him. He seemed perplexed by my intention. Remember, whenever I extend my hand to you, regardless of what you are doing, you must take it. This is our household rule. In truth, there is no such rule. I merely wish to create opportunities for closer contact to help him familiarize himself with me. Heh. After a moment of hesitation, Song-chi slowly took my hand, and I noticed his ears turning crimson once more. Your hands are so cold. I took the opportunity to stand, breathing warmth onto his hand. He appeared startled, swiftly retracting his hand and turning his face away, unable to meet my gaze. Now his ears were completely flushed. How adorable. What is this woman doing? My second male lead. What woman? She has a name, you know. Everyone, what is happening here? The proud young lady versus the gloomy brooding male lead. I approve of this setting. The two of us form a delightful duo. Yet, he does not appear particularly gloomy. I told you, this time I shall forgive you. However, should you dare to retract your hand next time, you will find yourself kneeling before me, acknowledging your fault. I added, this is the rule of our household. We do have quite a few regulations, and you must adapt accordingly. In truth, the rules are not as numerous as I imply. I merely intended to frighten him a little. He pressed his lips together, his eyes glistening with moisture, and offered me a quiet apology. I once again extended my hand towards him, and he accepted it. Mischievously, I began to draw circles in his palm. I could sense his body stiffening, yet this time, he did not withdraw his hand first. How obedient. I arranged to transfer schools, enrolling in Song-chi's institution. Initially, I had intended for him to join me at my school, but upon reflection, I realized that the true protagonists of this narrative are not the two of us. What if we fade into the background, becoming mere side characters? That simply will not do. Having finally awakened, I must ensure I maintain a prominent presence. On the day I arrived at school, another girl transferred alongside me. To my surprise, she was the beautiful girl I had encountered previously. The comments section erupted in excitement. Oh no, female lead, why did you transfer now? Your male second has been stolen away. What do you mean, her male second? The male lead is hers, isn't he? Exactly, now the male second belongs to our Jiang. Help! I never imagined that Song-chi and I would have fans. Upon entering the classroom with the legendary female lead, I immediately spotted Song-chi in the last row, nestled in the corner. How fortuitous. There was an empty seat beside him. Our eyes met, and he awkwardly tugged at the corner of his mouth. Oh dear, why is he still so bashful? At such moments, he should confidently greet me and assert his claim. Could it be that he has fallen for the female lead at first sight? I glanced between him and the female lead. This is troubling, their gazes have locked. I displayed a fierce expression, causing Song-chi to quickly lower his head. There were only 3 vacant seats remaining. You two may choose amongst them, the teacher instructed. I glanced at Song-chi, who had already bowed his head but lifted it again upon hearing the teacher's words, his wet eyes fixed upon us. I shall sit in the 3rd row, the female lead declared. The comments section was filled with disappointment. Why didn't she choose to sit next to the male second? Woe is me, I am shattered. Can the female lead's male second fans please refrain from seeking attention here? The only remaining seats were next to Song-chi and another. I will sit there, I indicated, pointing to Song-chi. Upon hearing my choice, my classmates wore peculiar smiles. With my backpack in hand, I plopped down beside Song-chi and greeted him with a sideways glance. Hello, new deskmate. He grasped his pen, unable to meet my gaze, and softly replied, hello. The comments began to flow again. Jiang is still unaware that our male second is being isolated by the class. Woe is me. The female lead's assistance was so discreet, and now Jiang is sitting right next to him. I am utterly captivated. What? My delicate, sickly-looking boy is so handsome yet still isolated? To my astonishment, as soon as class ended, a few socially assertive boys and girls surrounded me. Classmate, I suggest you change your seat. Sitting next to this person will only bring you trouble. I was perplexed. What do you mean? Haven't you noticed the odor emanating from him? He never bathes, ha ha ha. I was even more confused. But I had seen him shower just last night. I felt the air grow quiet for a moment, then one of them finally reacted, asking, what is your relationship with him? He is my newly hired personal bodyguard. This was followed by a chorus of laughter. What era are we in? Personal bodyguards? I regarded their ignorance with disdain. What of it? Not only do I have a bodyguard, but I have several. My family isn't limited to just my bodyguard. My mother has one, my father has one, and my sister has one as well. The laughter ceased, and they exchanged glances. What does your family do? I raised an eyebrow. Guess. Suddenly, they realized my surname was Jiang. Could it be that renowned Jiang family? Oh my, we should leave quickly. The comments section erupted again. What? She is the daughter of the Jiang family. Is she from the Jiang family that has long-standing ties with the Wen family? So, if the male second hadn't been abducted as a child, they would have been childhood sweethearts. I am utterly captivated. What does this mean? The Wen family? The male second wasn't abducted? The information surfacing in the comments left me momentarily stunned. I gazed at Song-chi. Could it be that he is the long-lost child of the Wen family? It seems quite possible. As far as I know, his mother is his adoptive mother. My family did indeed have a good relationship with the Wen family in the past, but since my parents' generation, it has only been a facade. Would they believe me if I told them? Miss, why are you staring at me? Song-chi, who had been silent, carefully met my gaze. I finally regained my composure and asked, slightly irked, have they been isolating you like this all along? He hesitated for a moment before softly affirming. I sighed, shaking my head and clutching my heart. I was distressed. How did he transition from his once soft and vulnerable self to this sickly demeanor? You are too weak. How can you be my bodyguard if you are so defenseless? If someone bullies me, will you just stand by and watch? I had expected him to remain silent. But to my surprise, he lifted his gaze. I will not. What do you mean? He bit his lip, his eyes shimmering with determination. I will not allow you to be bullied. I was taken aback for a moment, then a smile crept onto my lips as I grasped his hand. How obedient. His face flushed crimson. From that day forth, Song-chi began training in combat every day with my other bodyguards. He learned various martial arts and fighting techniques. During this time, he gradually shed his timid demeanor and became increasingly obedient. This was good. Yet he seemed to be drifting further away from the sickly image I had cherished. This was not right. I decided to humiliate him a bit to awaken his inner possessiveness. Song-chi, my leg hurts. Could you knead it for me? I extended my leg towards him, and he promptly knelt before me, expertly massaging my leg, his demeanor submissive and devoid of resentment. The comments section flared up as I reveled in the attentions of such a handsome boy while reading the remarks. Woe is me. What has happened to my male second under her influence? I feel sorry for him. If it weren't for Jiang, where would he find the funds for treatment? Indeed. I see that the male second seems to be enjoying this. He doesn't want to remove his hands from Jiang's leg. Enjoying. I cast a sidelong glance at Song-chi. My intent was to humiliate him to provoke his possessive instincts, yet he seemed to be reveling in it instead. Annoyed, I withdrew my leg. What is wrong? Did I hurt you? His eyes brimmed with concern and guilt, his obedient demeanor softening my irritation. No, take a break. He then offered me a piece of sliced fruit, clearly attempting to cheer me up, which I accepted and ate. I noticed him smile, though I couldn't discern the reason. With all the misunderstandings between the male lead and lead female, these two are practically in a different narrative. Damn it, Jiang, did you enjoy that? Let me have a turn. I raised an eyebrow, reveling in my triumph. Not a chance. Miss, I would like to request a day off this weekend to accompany my mother to the hospital. This was the first time he had made a request after following me for nearly half a year. Naturally, I had no reason to deny him. I transferred some more money to him. Go ahead, buy more things for your mother. Oh my, another 100,000. Oh, how I envy my sister. Can I have a glimpse of you? I would be your most loyal companion. Unfortunately, Song-chi displayed a troubled expression upon seeing Chien. Miss, you have already given me enough. There is no need for further gestures. For some reason, his kindness went unappreciated, leaving me quite displeased. Song-chi, after all this time we've spent together, do you still regard me as an outsider? He hurriedly denied it. Yet, my irritation grew. Do you think that the more money you take from me, the easier it will be for you to leave me guilt-free in the future? Ultimately, it was clear he had never truly developed feelings for me. Song-chi appeared helpless, eager to explain, but I interrupted him. If you wish to leave, you are free to do so. I will not stop you. After all, I have plenty of bodyguards, and I do not need you. Fuming, I retreated to my room and locked myself away. The barrage of comments flew past my eyes. What happened? Just when we said they don't share the same vibe as the protagonists, why are they angry again? Jiang. Could it be that Song-chi does not actually want to leave you? Perhaps he feels indebted to you. Yes, please don't torment our Song-chi. I huffed in response. Who knows what Song-chi truly thinks? Ignoring the incessant comments, I pulled out my phone and began reading a dark, twisted romance novel. Once I started, I became utterly engrossed, reading deep into the night. Just as I was about to retire for the evening, I heard a faint sound outside my door. Assuming it was a caregiver up for a midnight restroom break, I paid it no mind. Until, in my drowsiness, I sensed someone entering my room. In my haze, I thought I saw Song-chi. What are you doing? I asked, somewhat groggily. He offered no reply, merely staring intently at me. Seeing his silence, I drifted back to sleep. In a fog, I felt something soft brush against my cheek. The next morning, I jolted upright, recalling the previous night's encounter. Hadn't I locked the door? How could Song-chi have entered my room? I rushed to check the door lock. It remained securely fastened. I released a sigh of relief, then inhaled sharply. Alas, Song-chi has yet to fall for me, and here I am dreaming of him in such a manner. Yet, in my dream, he possessed a rather twisted charm. His piercing gaze truly left my knees weak. I pulled out the novel once more, continuing to read until Song-chi returned, still lost in its enthrallment. He spoke some words to me, but I could not hear clearly, dismissively waving my hand at him. For several days, I remained enraptured by the story. Is this novel truly that captivating? Is it even better than our male lead? Jiang, please pay some attention to our Song-chi. He is nearly breaking apart. Oh my, he gazes at Jiang as if he were a forsaken puppy. After all, Jiang is the true master. Having not checked the comments in days, I wondered how I had become the master. That was not a title I desired. As I turned to head back to my room, Song-chi suddenly grabbed my hand. Miss, why are you ignoring me? I turned to see his somber eyes and the hand that gripped mine tightly. My heart skipped a beat. For the first time in over 6 months, he initiated contact. Feelings were stirring. The comments were even more agitated than I was. Oh my, is Song-chi finally about to reveal his true nature? I had thought he had already been softened by Jiang Jiang. He is merely trying to suppress his feelings for Jiang Jiang. Under pressure, he might lose control. Oh no. The female lead and the second male lead are doomed. I had an epiphany. It seemed that one could not merely shower a Yandra with kindness. A little provocation was necessary, wasn't it? You know better than I do. I shook off his hand. I do not need a bodyguard who is always contemplating leaving. I turned to walk away, but he grasped my hand once more. Miss, I have never considered leaving. He stood close, his gaze no longer obedient, but rather complex. My heart raced. Please be a bit fiercer. Then prove it to me. If the day comes when you leave me, I shall never forgive you. I gripped his collar and spoke fiercely. You are killing me with this. Oh no, this is serious. I have heard that Song-Chi's adoptive mother is about to pass away. Oh no. Once his adoptive mother is gone, the Win family will swiftly contact the second male lead. Will they part ways? The barrage of comments left me momentarily stunned. What? Song-Chi's adoptive mother is nearing her end. We are about to be separated. How is your mother doing? I quickly asked Song-Chi. I recalled that his adoptive mother had been diagnosed with cancer but was stable. He smiled slightly. The doctor said she is doing well. I had not yet breathed a sigh of relief when the comments flooded in again. Unfortunately, within days, her condition deteriorated. Per second male lead. Seeing this, I knew I had to act. I swiftly arranged for Song-Chi's adoptive mother to be transferred to the best hospital. Thank you. This time, he finally accepted my help. Song-Chi's adoptive mother did pass away. Her condition worsened too rapidly. Even after transferring her to the finest hospital, we could not save her. A heaviness settled in my heart. While Song-Chi dealt with the aftermath of his mother's passing, I sent people to assist him. It rained that day, and I saw him in the downpour, holding his mother's urn, tears streaming down his face. I had intended to approach him to offer comfort, but suddenly, a couple in their 40s approached. Oh my, the second male lead's biological parents have come. Why so soon? I remember it didn't happen this fast in the original story. It seems Jiang Jiang arranged for his adoptive mother to be moved to a different hospital, and he ran into his biological parents while visiting her. How coincidental. However, this news might not be entirely bleak for Song-Chi. He had just lost his only remaining family, yet now he had the chance to reunite with his biological family. After conversing with them, Song-Chi walked toward me. Who are they? I inquired. My biological parents, he replied, a complex expression on his face. I recognized them. They were directors at the Win Group, acquainted with my own parents. I placed a hand on his shoulder. Congratulations, you have found your family. You need not return to my side. You no longer want me? He looked bewildered, anxiety etched across his features. I too felt a surge of emotion, struggling to control my tone. You have a family now, what more do you need from me? Or do you wish to remain the pampered son of the Win family and be my dog instead? Jiang Jiang, what has gotten into you? Your words are so hurtful. I'm so angry. How could you say that to our second male lead? What do you care? This is a matter between a couple. He stared at me incredulously for a long moment before turning in silence and walking away. Regret washed over me. I should not have spoken to him like that. Yet, his departure felt inevitable. How could the Win family allow him to remain as my bodyguard? I merely wanted him to see reality. But then he suddenly turned back, striding toward me, startling me. Miss, I truly wish to be your dog. I willingly submit to your whims. I will be your most loyal companion. His eyes held a fervor and obsession I had never witnessed before. Goosebumps erupted over my skin. What has happened to our once proud second male lead? He has lost all self-respect. Do not mind that, as long as they are happy. I was indeed happy. Who could understand how captivating this version of Song-Chi was? However, this was not the time for joy. Do not call me miss anymore. Call me Lanine. I glanced at the Win couple waiting in the rain. Return to them for now. We shall meet again, and I will not abandon you. Upon hearing my words, his eyes took on a crescent shape. I will return, Lanine. He walked away, glancing back thrice, while I returned home. Upon switching on the light, I was startled to discover someone seated in my living room. Sister. What brings you here so suddenly? You nearly frightened me to death. My sister's tone was laced with sarcasm. How could I possibly know you transferred schools in secret and even enlisted a young boy as your bodyguard? The boys she attracted far outnumbered mine. Lanine. I am here to inform you that our parents have decided to send you abroad for your studies. The family business is extensive and we require your assistance. She produced my passport and flight ticket. You leave tonight. What? Before I could process this, several bodyguards seized me and escorted me to the airport. No, dear sister. At the very least, allow me to bid farewell to my little sickly boy. Watching my sister unceremoniously confiscate my phone, I felt tears welling up in my eyes. You have enjoyed your freedom for many years. It is time for you to shoulder your responsibilities. My sister handed me a new phone and pushed me toward the boarding gate. Oh my, is our Song-Jiang couple truly destined for a tragic ending? What sort of couple name is that? I do not consent. We are the Jiao Jiao duo. Oh no, the fans of the male second lead have resurrected. Jiang. Do not depart. What will happen to your little dog if you leave? Whoa, I cannot bear for you to be separated. Amidst the lamentations of the comments, I was ushered onto the plane by the bodyguards, severing my connection with Song-Chi. I spent 8 years abroad, forced to study management topics that failed to pique my interest under my sister's watchful eye. Those carefree days were irrevocably lost to me. Strangely, during these 8 years, I never encountered those peculiar comments again. I wondered if the fans of my pairing with Song-Chi still existed. Upon disembarking from the plane, I inhaled deeply. I have returned. This time, I shall reclaim all that is rightfully mine. Little did I know. The comments I had not seen in 8 years suddenly whizzed past my vision. Our Jiang baby has finally returned. 10 chapters. A full 10 chapters without our Jiang baby. Baby, do you know how I endured these 10 chapters? The fervent comments overwhelmed me. I suppressed the upward curve of my lips. So, I am this popular? Ahaha. However, after my 8-year absence, I had merely vanished for 10 chapters in the original text. No, that means I transformed from an inconsequential character into a member of the main cast. Baby, hurry and check on Song-Chi. You have no idea how he has nearly gone mad since you left. Yes, after he learned you were gone. He did not eat or drink for many days and often sneaked to your doorstep at midnight, shedding tears. Whoa, he seems like an abandoned puppy. He even beat up those thugs, leaving them in the hospital for many days. It was terrifying. Fortunately, the female lead intervened. The female lead truly lives up to her title. She is invaluable in critical moments. Can the fans of the female lead and male second lead kindly depart? I was initially eager to find Song-Chi, but upon reading the last few comments, I halted. What does this mean? Song-Chi? The female lead? The two of them? Miss, are you still going to your original residence? The driver inquired. No, I am going to my sister's house, I replied. I stayed at my sister's for a few days, and the comments grew increasingly impatient. Baby, why have you not gone to find Song-Chi? Surely you have not forgotten our Song-Chi after these 8 years. For the best, that way Song-Chi can fall in love with the female lead. Can someone block this female lead and male second lead fan? Tomorrow, the Wen family matriarch is celebrating her 90th birthday and has invited our family. Remember to make an appearance. My sister handed me the invitation. Wen family? I thought of Song-Chi and tossed the invitation to my sister. I am not going. Baby. Please, I beg you to go. Do not go. I do not wish to see her interact with the male second lead. Can the comments please return to the male and female leads? It was evident. I was now a target for criticism. I had to go, whether I wanted to or not. My sister insisted and dragged me to pick out an outfit for the next day. Reluctantly, I attended the Wen family gathering. The parents of the Wen family greeted us, and I stole a glance, not spotting Song-Chi. Where has Song-Chi gone? He is with the female lead. No way. Why is he with the female lead? Do not listen to them. They are haters. I felt my anger boiling. That wretched Song-Chi. I had thought of him every single day during those 8 years, even rejecting foreign suitors. How could he? If only I had known. I would have kissed a few more foreign lips and held more foreign hands. My parents took me to meet the Wen family matriarch. Where's your younger son? My mother asked the matriarch, her gaze often drifting to me. He has probably gone to his usual spot, the matriarch replied, shaking her head. Suddenly, she approached me. Lanin. You have become even more beautiful over the years. I recall you used to reside in that villa district in the suburbs. Have you not returned to visit? I was taken aback. How did she know where I once lived? I have not had the chance to return yet, I managed to reply. The matriarch smiled and remarked that I should return sooner. She then joined my mother in conversation with the matriarch. My sister engaged in conversation with the eldest son of the Wen family, while my father conversed with the father of the Wen family. I was left alone, without anyone to talk to, so I sat in a corner, sipping on my drink and scrolling through my phone. until a familiar figure entered through the door. The comments exploded. Ah, Song-chi has finally arrived. Baby, hurry and look in the corner. He walks with unwavering focus, not even glancing aside. He stopped before the Win family matriarch, and I could not discern what they spoke about. The matriarch gestured in my direction. He looked toward me. In that fleeting moment of eye contact, I felt the air around us solidify. Wow, he has matured significantly. Wow, his eyes no longer glistened with tears. They were profoundly deep. Wow, why do I get the impression that his expression is one that wishes to devour me? As he swiftly approached, I lifted my skirt and darted away. Wait, why are you running? Baby, do not run, we finally meet. Jiang, are you scared? Song-chi's gaze seems to promise a thorough punishment. He is but a puppy. How could a puppy punish its owner? Lanin. That final call brought me to a halt. In that moment, I was enveloped in his embrace. He smelled delightful. I inhaled deeply, savoring the scent. How long do you intend to run? He held me tightly as though he wished to crush me. Why did you not return home? I waited for you there for 8 years. He lowered his gaze, fixing his eyes on me, which glistened as if drenched in rain. My scalp tingled. I could sense the familiar aura of obsession. Let the storm rage on. You are quite forward now. I wriggled free from his embrace, disappointment etched on my face. Are you unaware of your affair with Chen Jiwei? Confusion flickered in Song-chi's eyes. At that precise moment, comments flashed across my vision. Who spread those false rumors? He has no connection to the female lead. Exactly. Apart from that time the female lead intervened in a fight, they had no interactions. How do you know they had none? There must be something. The fans of the pairing between the female lead and the second male lead must be suffering from a delusion, I scoffed, attributing it to the barrage of messages circulating in the comments. Lanin, I am not well acquainted with her, I admitted, perhaps sensing that Song-chi was anxious I might leave. Our conversation had been limited to a singular encounter, during which I had been embroiled in a fight and she had intervened. Well, I could reluctantly believe him, as his words aligned with the comments. However, I crave something more thrilling, hee. Who knows if what you say is indeed true? I turned to leave, silently counting down in my mind, 5, 4, 3, 2, before I could finish, he swooped in from behind, lifting me off the ground. I feigned a struggle. What are you doing? Let me go. With a clouded expression, he simply replied that he wouldn't, carrying me into an unfamiliar room, restraining my hands and pinning me against the wall. My heart raced in the darkness. Why are you leaving? Why? You've been gone for 8 years. And now that you're back, you want to leave again. I have no connection with Chen Jiwei. Why don't you believe me? I always thought you left for reasons beyond your control, so I waited for you, obediently, like a loyal dog, and now that you've returned, why must you leave again? He advanced toward me, his pent-up rage and grievances pouring out like a flood. Just like this. Don't stop. I deliberately avoided his gaze, opting for silence. Jiang Lanin, look at me. His pretense finally shattered. He grasped my face, revealing his true, aggressive nature. My legs felt weak. Thus, I chose to avert my eyes. Look at me. Am I not worthy of your glance? His tone shifted to one of desperation. Miss, would you kindly look at me? Jiang, I beg you to look at him. Lift your head. He is on the verge of tears. When I finally raised my eyes, I indeed saw the redness in his. My heart softened, and I was about to relent. But he suddenly took my hand and placed it against his chest. His muscles are impressive, robust. Here lies your name. Would you care to see? He unbuttoned his shirt, revealing a tattoo that read Jiang Lanin. He guided my hand downward, pausing at his waist.